You walked past it. Then you stopped. You went back, and in that moment, you didn't make a financial decision. You made a social one. You weren't buying it. You were buying status. Most people will never admit this. You don't want the thing. You want what it says about you, and once you realize this, you never see spending the same way again. This goes deeper. Not your last purchase, not even your last year. Let's go back. 300,000 years early humans lived in small tribes, and in those tribes, status was everything. If people respected you, you had more opportunities, you were protected. If they didn't, life became way harder. Sometimes it was deadly. Back then, status wasn't about ego, it was survival. And here's the crazy part. Your brain never got the update, and this is where it gets a little uncomfortable. Humans evolved to show signals of value, strength, resources, status. The reason for that is because other people needed a quick way to judge who we were without actually knowing us, and your brain still does that today. A luxury watch, a designer logo, a certain car badge. Your brain reads them the same way our ancestors once read a warrior's scars or a chief's headdress. Instant, visual, unspoken. So when you buy something that's over your budget, you're probably not thinking, I can't afford this. You're thinking something like, people need to see that I belong. Economists even have a name for this. Conspicuous consumption. Back in 1899, economist Thorstein Veblen described it as spending money to display wealth or status, not because you actually need the item. He was talking about the upper class of his time, but look around. That instinct never stayed with the rich. It spread to everyone, including you. But here's where it gets even weirder. Studies on consumer debt found something you wouldn't expect. People with the least financial security often spend more on visible status symbols, not less. Think about that for a second. Why would someone with the least room for mistakes take the biggest financial risk? Because the less secure you feel, the stronger the need to prove that you're doing fine. The purchase isn't really about money, it's protection. Think about the last time you bought something you couldn't quite justify. Did you imagine using it? Or did you imagine someone else seeing you with it? That's the tell. That's the status effect, working exactly the way evolution designed it to. Now here's where it gets personal. Social media didn't invent this instinct. It just gave it unlimited fuel. For most of human history, your tribe was around 150 people. That was your entire world of comparison. Today, your brain is doing something completely different. It's comparing you to millions of curated, filtered, status-optimized lives every single day. And it has no idea that the comparison is completely unfair. It still keeps score the same way it always has. And most of the time, it decides you're behind. So what do you actually do with this? Start by asking one honest question before every purchase that stretches your budget. Am I buying this for me? Or for the audience I imagine watching me use it? That one question interrupts 300,000 years of automatic wiring. It won't erase the instinct. Nothing ever will. But it gives you something most people lose without realizing it. And it's the choice. You weren't weak for wanting it. You were ancient. The tribe is just bigger now, and it's watching through a screen instead of a campfire. If this made you look at your spending a little differently, that's the point. Because most of what you call bad money decisions aren't really decisions at all. They're instincts. If this made you think differently, subscribe. We break down the invisible forces behind your decisions. Not just money, everything behind it.